New theme song, everybody, and welcome to the Bad Reading Podcast. Interrupting theme song. My name is Atlas Novak, and who else is with me today?
Hello, it's me, Chris.
Hi, my name is Ian Russo.
From Cooking with the Rooster, I imagine.
Cooking with the Rooster, there's no G.
There's no G in Cooking with the Rooster. Thanks. Yeah. Now for the rest of the time, I just want to be cooking with the Rooster. Okay, this is hard to breathe in. Sorry.
Yeah.
No ninja mask for me today. But so Ian, how's the core treating you?
It is awful. My mental health has turned to shit. I'm not gonna pretend it's been easy.
So,
but I think a lot of us were in the same boat to some degree.
More or less.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just got a solemn nod from you. Just, I understand.
Yeah.
The I feel you, bro nod.
It's hard out here for a hoe.
Yeah.
So today here on the Bad Reading Podcast, we have Ian Russo to ask him, what's something you're into?
Something I'm into. I just rewatched all How I Met Your Mother, finished Silicon Valley. I listened to a lot of punk rock.
I don't think we haven't done an episode about a band since like our second episode.
Wait, about a band?
Yeah, we did an episode about Queen.
Okay.
Yeah, with Max Malecki, and then the story we found for that is it's second person, and it starts out with Freddie Mercury's dick inside you.
Oh God.
Wow. All right. Yeah.
Props to Nick Kane for finding that story, because that was stroke of genius right there. But it was more like, you know what we're doing your episode on.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to say
Bojack Horseman.
There it
There you
is.
go.
Yeah, Bojack Horseman, which just finished its sixth, right?
Sixth and final season,
Yeah,
yes.
on Netflix. And do you know if they like wanted to do more and they ended it, or?
I think it was intentional.
I think they seem like they planned it out. I think the days of like trying to prolong a series for 9, 10, 11, 12 seasons have sort of come to a close. I think
Good.
Yeah.
Well, there are some shows that have been prematurely chopped as a result of that, though. Like
American Vandal. Why?
Like Santa Clarita Diet.
That too.
You and I are both fans of that, and they were just like, oh, we're ready for the next season, and Netflix was like, nah, you guys are too expensive.
Put Raffi back on. He makes me happy.
Yeah.
I hate that both of those got canceled, but like 13 Reasons Why, which is a show that failed its premise the second it got to episode 14 and has been correlated with an increase in teen suicide, is allowed to continue to exist.
Yeah,
Still on the air, okay.
Super frustrating.
Yeah.
Santa Clarita Diet was like my favorite zombie show that has ever existed ever, because it's like not all serious business. Everyone's not crying all the time, and no one says Carl. So
Coral. I think like comedy zombie thing needs to be more of a thing.
I 100% agree. Or a comedy horror in general, which they are doing now, I guess, with the
Zombieland is a good example of
Yeah.
it.
Isn't most horror movies like I feel like horror movies have so much comedic writing within it.
they
Like,
can.
Yeah. For the, like I remember The Orphan, which came out in 2009, 2010.
I don't think I saw it.
Okay. No, it was it was a great movie.
That kind of just sounds
Need to
like
see it.
you know how in a TV show where they can't get the rights to something, so they change the name a little bit.
Okay.
That sounds like what they would do with The Omen. They're like, hey,
yeah.
I'm going into the drive-in to watch The Orphan. You want to come? You know.
No, but I feel like all these movies like they have a lot of like punchlines within them, or just like
So the
comedic relief. Yeah.
The well-written ones do. I 100% agree.
Well, there's that, and like the way jump scares work is it's the same way as like how comedy works, where it kind of is unexpected.
Yeah, they're like a misdirect, which I guess like if you're combining horror and comedy, that sort of like increases the bridge between like that increases the element of surprise.
Mm-hmm. I want to see a ghost that jump scares someone and then just hangs around after. He's just like, they're like, why are you still here? And he's like, well, where would I go? This is where I live.
That exists already. It's called Luigi's Mansion.
A game I have not played yet, and I would like to.
It's very fun. There's also a character in it called Biff Atlas. So I'm like, hey, it's the ghost that hangs out in the weightlifting gym, and he's optional. So.
Yeah.
So Luigi's Mansion is a weightlifting gym.
Yeah, well, because like they need so many rooms that do stuff that they were like, okay, what's in a mansion? Okay, bedrooms, got it. Bathrooms, dining room, kitchen. Fuck, we're running out of stuff. A gym.
Inside theater?
There's no movie theater, I don't think.
No movie theater.
There's a ballroom. There's like a studio in the attic. There's a backyard. But no movie theater. I think because it's supposed to be like old timey seeming.
Okay.
So maybe it's like before, because we're all ghosts.
Before people had home theaters.
Yeah, and then it's just him going for the whole thing. That song on loop for however long it takes for you to suck up all those ghosts.
The only thing I know about it is the levels in Smash that are in the mansion.
Oh yeah, and you can knock down the pillar and it like collapses the mansion.
In Mario 64, I remember there being a very weird level that you sort of like jump into.
You mean all of them?
Yeah, like as it was coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
No, but there was like a mansion. Was that Luigi's Mansion? Was that like the basis of?
It might be. I mean, the whole like hub world is Peach's Castle. I think there's like a
It's in the basement. That's all I remember.
Hazy Maze Cave, or I don't know. I can't remember. We already did a Mario episode.
Yeah.
60. That was the one that wasn't the 8-bit crawler, right?
No.
16-bit.
64-bit.
Yes.
Well, yeah, 60. Well, obviously it wasn't. I'm talking about the one that was like just on Game Boy Color because that's the only. Again.
Super Mario.
Something.
Land?
I don't know. I just remember it came free with the Game Boy Color I bought the day I bought it.
Right on.
So. My brother put in a cheat code, so I had 99 lives, and I still couldn't beat it.
Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
I miss it. Like I haven't thought about Game Boy Color in years. I miss holding. I don't know.
I learned how to read from Pokemon Red.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so sad.
Why? I was like 5 years old when it came out.
Other day,
and was like before kindergarten. So.
But like your parents didn't teach you to read first.
Well, kind of. I more mean like it like solidified, because you had to like read what was going on. So I was like sounding it out. Go, pick, like that kind of thing. Anyway, let's get into this thing. The story we found here is on Archive of Our Own. It's called An Unexpected Encounter by Chemical_X. So, I guess Powerpuff Girls references?
I'm sure.
Cool.
Maybe they've done a Powerpuff Girls story as well.
Depression, comedy, and a bunch of animal heads. These were the ingredients to make the perfect sitcom. But then an unexpected encounter revealed one thing. Chemical X. So, yeah, we'll put the link in the show notes for, give the artist credit and find it. You've heard it all. And Ian, interrupt us anytime you like with jokes, stories, nitpicks. And,
absolutely.
All right. And the summary is, at a bar where your friends are holding their, in parentheses, absolutely dismal wedding rehearsal dinner, you're approached by a certain 90s sitcom star who noticed your distress. In parentheses, unrelated to the episode where Bojack crashes that wedding rehearsal. I don't believe you. Okay, do you want to go first this time? I usually go first.
Sure.
Yeah.
Despite not being a drinker, you found yourself at the bar of some dinky pub. Two of your friends had decided to get married and had insisted that you come to their second rehearsal dinner. Second rehearsal dinner?
Yeah, that happens.
Oh, okay.
Like we didn't do it right the first time, and then I got divorced, and then I got remarried to someone else.
Well,
and
that's
the second
a
rehearsal
complete
dinner.
second rehearsal dinner, though. All right, chime in. I haven't ever been married. Is this a second rehearsal dinner? Is that a thing?
I'm younger than you. You've expected me to be married?
No, not you. I said chime in in the comments and stuff.
Oh, yeah. The people watching our show. Right, yeah.
Anyone who's been married.
Is there a second rehearsal dinner? Have you?
I've I believe there's only one.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
I really like to think that there's like a first one that's so disastrous that they're like, all right, we're just doing that again.
Isn't that like? Don't people sometimes do that with like not wedding ceremonies, but just
Honeymoons? I've heard of like a second
honeymoons. Yeah.
Yeah. But usually that's just because people want to have fun, not because the first one has gone so abysmally wrong. At least I'd hope.
This is terrible.
Your uncle,
Honey.
your Uncle Jeff revealed that he had a diaper fetish. So we got to try that again.
Or suddenly your parents show up at the same place you're at.
What, for the honeymoon?
Yeah,
Or
for the honeymoon.
That would be super weird. You're like, hi, Mom, Dad.
Okay, we're going to have a do-over honeymoon?
Yeah, we're going to try that again.
All right. At an old dilapidated pub at the bad end of town.
That's where you have your second rehearsal day.
Yes.
Okay, then.
The rehearsal turned into an absolute shit show. Oh, so they didn't up their game, apparently. So you ended up at the bar waiting for this hellish night to end. You were now finishing off your 5th glass of bourbon. That is a lot. Bartender, another one, please. What's wrong? A strange voice said over your shoulder. You turn to see a tall horseman wearing a blue sweater with a gray jacket over it. You could swear you've seen his face before.
What are you doing here? Okay.
Oh wait, which I can't tell if it's the main character or not. I think it's the main character.
A
lot of things. Do I
think-
know you from somewhere?
I think this is Bojack, yeah.
Is this in final draft form?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you mean final draft?
No, just like is it this actually a screenplay?
No, it's
not a screenplay. It's a fan fiction.
It's a lot of dialogue. You want to like go back and forth?
Sure.
Or-
You want to be Bojack?
Sure. Oh wait, no. Okay. Probably, but no. I just I just noticed you on your now 6th bourbon and figured something was wrong. I'm Bojack, by the way.
That's where you recognized him from. The old sitcom. The historical biopic. This man is Bojack Horseman. I thought you looked familiar. I'm Y/N.
What?
It means your name.
Okay.
So this is a self-insert fic. So we're going to put your name in there.
Okay, sure.
I thought it was like I'm yes/no.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I am
ASL.
They're talking in 90s speech.
Gotcha.
What would you like to go as in this story?
Sure, Ian.
Yeah.
Ian? Okay. I'm Ian.
Nice name. So what's with the slow drip of bourbon?
You hesitate spilling your guts to a stranger, but figure there's no harm in this moment. After 2.5 hours, the two of you are still drinking and talking.
Wait, who's who?
I don't know.
Holy shit.
I think this is you.
No, I think this is you,
Okay.
and then I'm answering the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, why is Debbie marrying Bo again?
Marriage of convenience. Like I said, Bo gets union comp if she's part of the LGBT community. And Deb would definitely qualify for that abroad study trip she's been wanting since she started.
Jesus God, that sounds like a bad Amazon Prime series. You're too good a friend to him, especially after what Deb did to your car.
Yeah, well, at least the insurance came through.
Oh wait, we were the wrong people.
We were the wrong people?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. I don't want to go back and do that again. Just pretend we were correct.
All right.
True dat. Cheers, Bojack proclaimed while raising his glass.
You raise yours in response. Cheers. You both clink your glasses together and down your drinks.
Okay, there really needs to be a they said, he said, she said.
Yeah, there does. I'm pretty sure
Oh man.
Okay,
this is you.
yeah. We're called bad reading for a reason.
Yeah, I got that.
Not to be weird or potentially make this weird, because I know we only met a few hours ago.
You look at him suddenly, his face slightly worried.
But would you like to bail out of here and head back to my place?
Your eyes lock for a moment as you try to process his question. But before you can respond, your friend's party emerges from the back.
Is Bojack trying to bang Ian?
I think
yes.
so.
All right.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm about to be fucked by a horse. All right.
Everyone's dream.
Do you think he's hung like a horse?
It's Bojack Horseman. He probably has a pretty
Yeah, but he's a man, so what if he's like hung like a man and not like a horse?
They're like reverse centaurs, right?
I guess so. Because like the centaur ends here at the waist, but Bojack is just man up to here.
Okay.
Because if it was like a reverse centaur, he'd have hooves. No,
That's
You're
true,
ruining
yeah.
the fantasy.
That's the point.
All right, so hey, Ian, we thought you went home. Where have you? Is that Bojack Horseman?
What is this? A crossover episode?
Before you have a chance to speak, Bojack responds,
Nah, I'm his cousin Flowback Horsekin.
"You look like him, though."
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Huh. Listen, the other in the couples pipe up. "We're heading out to the next bar to start a pub crawl. You want to come with?"
Well,
Again, before you can think of what to say, Bojack steps in.
look, she'd love to, but I'm afraid you're a she. Look, she'd love to, but I'm afraid she's already got a date with me.
He slides his arm around your waist and pulls you closer to him as he says this last bit, making you blush.
Maybe next time, guys.
I'll text you later, okay? You managed to add. Okay, see you later. Ian, thanks for coming out. The couple say their goodbye and depart with the rest of the party. You turn back to Bojack, his arm still wrapped around your waist. "Thanks for helping me come up with an excuse."
Anytime. He's, sorry.
Oh, he says, slowly sliding his arm away.
I'm an expert at getting out of things.
"So I've heard." The two of you sat in silence for a moment, unsure of what to say next. Luckily, the bartender steps up for both of you. "Hey, we're gonna close in like 15 minutes. You guys need to start leaving."
There's no, like, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. There's no last call. Just, like,
Nope.
get out.
Just get out. Just get out now.
You okay over there?
Yeah.
You look almost, like, saddened by the whole thing. Like, God, what did they do? They've ruined Bojack. What are you talking about? It's only... Oh,
He looks at his phone.
I guess it's time to head out.
He slides off the bar stool and offers his hand to help you off yours. You notice that you two are the only customers still there. Once outside, you take in the cool night air. Bojack lights up a cigarette, taking a large puff of air and exhaling an equally large cloud of smoke. He offers you the cigarette. What kind is it?
Camels.
So there's no green in it. Bojack looks at you strangely for a moment, almost making you afraid. Wait, what? Wait, almost making you afraid you offended him. Okay,
What?
that's the way the sentence is structured.
Almost making you afraid you offended him.
Yes.
Okay. If I were going to smoke weed, I wouldn't be watering it down with cheap tobacco. Why? Do you want to smoke up?
Now it was your turn to stare at him for a moment, his arm still outstretched holding the cigarette. Well... You take the cigarette from him and take a large puff. It tickles your throat going down, causing you to cough the smoke out. Ugh, I'm not as used to cigarettes as I used to be.
So how about it?
You lock eyes with each other, and the answer becomes apparent.
Okay. I guess I'll take over.
Line break.
Line break.
So this is like Bojack erotic fan fiction?
Yes.
All right.
Not yet, anyway. But
It's just self-insert. Like somebody wanted to date Bojack
All right.
and or fuck Bojack, and so they wrote this.
I'm missing the entire point of the show. Whee!
Seriously, why would anyone want to date him?
When we eventually do a Rick and Morty episode, I guarantee you there's one out there where it's like, oh, Rick, that dreamboat, you know? All right. After a brief ride in Bojack's convertible, you find yourself in front of a... You don't even know what to call it. Is it a house? Is it a mansion? Is it an estate? Who knows? Regardless, you're at Bojack's home, which is probably worth more than all of your possessions combined.
Probably.
Yeah,
It's a nice house.
is all you can manage to say. Yeah, I got it right around when horsing around was big. He opens the front door and wanders inside. You can set your stuff wherever. He calls over his shoulder. The interior of his house makes you uncomfortable as the exterior. Everything looked a lot more expensive than it needed to be. You settled setting your stuff down on the small dining table by the kitchen. So tell me, Bojack calls from the kitchen, what's your preferred way to You approach the bar stools and gingerly take a seat on one.
Oh, whatever's easy. I used to just use a pipe. Bongs are nice too, though. Are nice though too. There you go.
Well, I don't have a bond right now, and it looks like somebody stole all my papers, so I guess it's going to be a pipe. He reaches into an open drawer and takes out a grinder, an old metal turquoise pipe, and a paperclip, and sets them on a beat-up cafeteria tray. Want to head to the couch?
Line break. 5 minutes later, the pipe was loaded.
Okay, it's done, Bojack stated. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Do you want to read all of Bojack's?
Fine.
Paragraph?
Falling back against the couch as he did. Wait, how long has it been since you last smoked?
Not that long ago. Why?
Just trying to be careful. Don't need you going all comatose on my couch for a week. He hands you the almost overflowing pipe. Is there anything you have to say about this?
I'm getting into the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
This... See, I don't actually know how, like... So... I have tried weed because I have PTSD, so when SSRIs didn't work, I was given weed to try, and I tried it, and it was horrible, and I never want to do it again. And for all those, I tried it twice, I tried 2 different kinds, but I don't know how, like, pipes work.
What do you mean? Like...
Why did he take a paperclip? And, like, do they use the paperclip to, like, stuff the pipe? Do they use the paperclip to clean out the pipe?
I believe to, like, pack it.
Yeah, like a musket, where you're like, all right, load, fire.
Wouldn't you use a pipe cleaner for that, though?
Do they have a pipe cleaner for weed? Or for a pipe?
I think that's just called a pipe cleaner.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone uses pipe cleaners for their intended purpose. Pipe cleaners are for, bug antenna and,
And
children's
crafting.
arts and crafts projects. Like,
No longer used for cleaning pipes.
yeah, it's kind of just it's become Kleenex for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for my own edification.
I guess. I mean, what's like the worst time you've gotten high?
God, the worst. Like 2 years ago, I was I started smoking weed again for the first time since high school, and I had a very, very weird, intense high. Like I can't really describe it. It was bad. Yeah. Like I was lying on my. I remember being hypersensitive to the color red.
Oh no!
Wait, so you just see like I don't know, like a glass of I don't know,
Pinot Noir.
Yeah, a Pinot Noir, and you're like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no.
No, but apparently, like I explained that to someone, they said that's probably a sign that my eyes were like dilated.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
okay,
interesting.
Yeah.
makes sense. What about you?
I just imagine. Oh, for me, both times it felt like I got trapped inside my body and I couldn't get out. Like it was. I could still move, but for some reason it felt like I was trying to claw my way out of my body or to get it to do what I wanted it to do, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And it was horrible and it was scary, and I was just sitting there like, I am a prisoner in my own body. And
It's a good thing you didn't try and
I tried to rip myself apart. It was horrible.
I remember feeling like my soul was being sucked into like this infinite abyss that I can't really.
Like, was it an internal abyss? Because that's kind of how I felt.
Kind of like more. I actually can't tell in retrospect, internal versus external, but it was just like a really, really bad experience for me, and I don't know. I think my brain, like I know I'm not all there completely, but I don't know. Yeah, it's something I don't need.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not for everybody. No shame in that.
Everyone's got their
Yeah.
vices of choice. Mine is caffeine at the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For me, it's I've had
Hand
like
sanitizer.
And hand sanitizer.
that's
Yeah.
a vice.
And now it is. Technically, you're killing antibodies.
Sure.
Yeah. You're just
Yeah.
spraying it all over yourself. Oh yeah, that's the stuff.
Oh, dude, I've been like when I get out of the shower, just a couple squirts, like smell like lemon.
Yeah.
I mean, do what you gotta do, I guess.
YOLO.
The The worst time I ever got high is a tie between when I worked at a weed dispensary and something only to be known as the lemonade incident. I will tell one of those today. Pick one.
The lemonade incident. Obviously, like I'm more curious about that than.
Right. So this happened back in February. We're recording this in early May. So I went to my friend Dan's place up in Eugene, Oregon for a week.
Oh, I remember this story.
And we smoked weed for like the entire week. The state flag of Oregon should just be a bag of trail mix with the phrase "pass that shit over here" and a joint in its mouth.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing to do in Oregon but hike and smoke. That's it. So after I came back from that trip, I was like, okay, you need to like stop because you have work on Monday. You've been high for a whole week. Stop. And Max Malecki, who from the Queen episode, invited me to a show he was running. And I get there, and the entire room is hotboxing the room. Oh, wow. Everybody is smoking. I'm like, okay, I can't stay long.
Oh, we're good.
So I go into the green room with the other comics. Everyone's hotboxing there, too. And I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get cotton mouth, so I'm like, okay, you need to, like, leave soon. But in the meantime, I'm thirsty, so I go into the fridge in the green room, and there's a case of beer and a thing of lemonade. I'm like, okay, I don't want to get drunk. You drove here. I pour myself a cup of lemonade, slam it, and I'm like, oh, this tastes funny. And the person next to me goes, of course it tastes funny. There's weed in there.
In the lemonade.
In the lemonade, which if edibles hit you hard in a long amount of time, drinkables take half as long and twice as hard. Sippables, whatever you want to call them. So like,
Chuggables.
Okay, you have 15 minutes to get your affairs in order.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to leave, and Max is like, "What are you doing? You came all the way out here. I'll give you some stage time." I'm like, "Okay." And he puts me up, and I have the voice recording of this set, and you can hear it start to hit me.
Oh my god!
Like 30 seconds into getting on stage, and like the set's okay, but I'm like freaking the fuck out.
That'll do it.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, you can't drive anymore. You are definitely too high. And afterward, I just kind of did that thing where there's that one friend whose home life is so terrible, he doesn't want to go home, so he's just like, yeah, what are you guys doing? Can I come? Like, I was that person after the show. And Dan Grove, also, who has been on this show many times before, is like, hey, we're all going to a bar. I'm like, I'll come. So we're walking to this bar, and I'm like starting to fall behind from Dan. Dan is a very tall person. I'm a tall person, but I'm like going half the speed I normally do. I'm like, what am I doing? And Dan's like, why are you waddling like a penguin? I forgot my knees worked. So we get to that bar, and I'm like freaking out. And I'm full on narcoleptic. I'm literally falling asleep sitting up and like, fuck. So he's like, okay, we need to get food in you. He orders me a pizza. I eat the whole thing. And then it's time for me to pay, and I forgot what my credit card looked like. So I was like handing random things from my wallet to the bartender in hopes that it was my credit card. He's like, this is your ID. This is your Rouse Rewards card. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. What are you doing? And then I'm like, okay, I think it's the yellow one. And he's like, this is a credit card. I'm like, yes. And then Dan called Nick, previous co-host of the show, Nick Kane. He came and picked me up and took me home, and I owe all three of those people my life because I could have done way dumber stuff. So went to sleep, and when I got home, Nick, I was like, can you tuck me in? And he's like, what? Get out of my car! And then, yeah, so...
Once I fell asleep while walking towards an ice cream truck.
Okay.
420, senior year of high school.
Wow. Wait, so while standing up?
Yeah.
Nice.
And, like, people had to watch over me for, like, the next, like, 6 hours. It was, yeah. That's why I didn't start smoking weed again until 2 years ago.
Remember, kids, don't do sippables.
Yeah.
It's, yeah. Because every time I've done edibles, it's been disastrous. Because the weed dispensary one, I'll tell another episode, but...
Now I'm interested, but that's just me.
Pick your vices and no shame.
Yeah.
Pick whatever vices you want. Just do them responsibly. Always have someone to watch you.
Lysol. Oh, yeah. Did you just snort a wipe? Yes, I did.
Oh, man.
The hot cold cuts was great. Those were moist towelettes. Whatever.
Wait, is that in the script?
No, that's from... That is a very, very obscure Homestar Runner quote, because that's been on my core watch list. Lots of old Homestar Runner cartoons. Let's see. Okay, I think it's Neither Do I.
Neither do I. You take the pipe out and hit it. It's smooth and slightly piney. Wait, the weed or the pipe?
I think the weed.
Okay.
I don't think the pipe itself is smooth and slightly piney.
I don't know. Pipes are smooth. I got a pipe one time because I thought I could use it
What
as a
kind of
bubble pipe.
What?
What kind of pipe are we talking?
It's like
A...
I assume glass or something like that.
I thought the glass pipes were only used for like smoking crack.
I was shoehorning a dick joke into the...
Damn it.
Oh, dang it!
All right.
We both missed it.
Sorry.
That's my fault. Yeah.
No, it is not.
on
It
the
is
team.
100% our fault.
I was more thinking of like smooth and slightly piney reminds me of those 5 Gum commercials from like 10 years ago. How it feels to chew 5 Gum, and they're just like in the middle of a blizzard naked for some reason. They're like, stimulate your senses. I'm like, what did I learn from this commercial?
My favorite
Brand
one.
recognition.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Like people, I remember before that, like I think it was the summer before, people had been talking about putting their underwear in the freezer and then putting it on, and
What?
that was one of their commercials.
Is that?
Yeah, somebody got like underwear out of the freezer and like put it on, and it was like how it feels to chew this kind of gum.
That sounds like I don't remember that, but that sound like putting your underwear in the freezer. That sounds like a tactic people would use to like increase their sperm count. Like that.
Would you like to increase your sperm count? Try putting your underwear in the freezer.
Like
TM.
I remember an episode of King of the Hill where Hank's
Stimulate your
sperm count
testes.
Hank's sperm count was low.
Yeah.
And his solution was to sit in like the beer cooler.
Yeah.
And then everybody started doing it.
Yeah. I thought it was like he had, what was it, like a narrow urethra or something?
So I don't. Yeah, it's been
Yeah. Been a minute.
That's a show I gotta rewatch.
I think it's on Hulu or something. You should
Probably,
be able to
yeah.
find it. The only 5 Gum commercial I can remember is the one where so a guy is strapped onto a table like this with the like kind of BDSM style spread eagle, and he's in like what looks like a big cage, and on the outside of it there's tennis ball cannons firing I think grapefruits or like these big kind of round yellow fruits at the cage, which are exploding and raining juice on top of them. That's the commercial. Stimulate your senses.
That actually doesn't sound too bad as long as you didn't have to do the cleanup afterwards.
I was going to say that just sounds sticky and uncomfortable.
But if you like immediately got to rinse off afterwards and they were like nice cool fruits, like
maybe
just smell like grapefruit and like be showered by delicious smelling grapefruit juice.
I don't know. 5 Gum was a fucking weird brand.
Do they still make it?
I don't think. I think you can find it. Did somebody go to a CVS and sound off in the comments? Does 5 Gum still exist? Pretty sure it does.
All right. It's smooth and slightly piney. You pass it back to him, and he does the same. After setting the pipe back on the table, he sits back on the couch and puts his arm around your shoulders. You slightly relax into him.
So what do you want to do now?
I'm not sure. You lean in a little more. Oh God! Sentences. You lean in a little more to him and his embrace tightens.
There you go.
This is nice though.
It is almost.
He jumps up, abandoning you temporarily before grabbing your hand and pulling you up.
Let's go to the balcony.
You have a balcony? You can't help but ask.
This might be the longest, section of just
Actual text. Bojack chuckles as he slightly parts the wall of the large wait. Oh God, I'm having trouble today.
Okay.
Bojack chuckles slightly as he parts the wall of large blinds you didn't even realize were there and slides open a glass door. Still holding your hand, he pulls you along with him to the balcony. The view causes you to audibly gasp, causing another slight chuckle to rumble through Bojack's chest. Below the patio deck and beyond the confines of Bojack's neighborhood, you could see Hollywood. Or was it Hollywoo now?
Did he say, or is it Hollywoo now?
Yeah, it literally says, or was it Hollywoo now?
It's written. He didn't say it, so.
Yeah.
Despite being late at night, the city was still alive. But the bright lights and Blah, blah, blah. Bright lights and the slight din of midnight traffic polluted the air surrounding Hollywoo. But this house almost seemed to be impervious to the city from down below. This is gorgeous.
I know.
As you stand there transfixed, Bojack clears his throat, causing you to look back at him.
And then gets lowered into a tube of carbonite.
Oh, God.
No.
I feel I should say I don't... Oh, this is you.
Oh, I feel I should say I don't normally do this.
Your head tilts to the side as you silently question him.
I mean, I don't normally talk to strange girls and do this with them.
This girl's named Ian. He's making an exception for you.
He's making an exception for you, and we know this is a lie.
Oh?
Yeah, I mean, I might call a hooker or proposition someone when I'm out somewhere, but I don't usually talk with them when I bring them back here. Okay, then.
But your name is Ian,
Yeah,
so...
But your name is Ian, so...
Oh, his sudden disclosure should make you uncomfortable, but it doesn't. You strangely almost find it endearing that he felt the need to share that with you. Does that mean you just want to talk?
Bojack... Fuck. I saw the word Bojack and I was like, that must be dialogue.
Bojack is visibly surprised when what you said clicks.
Oh.
I think this is
Okay.
him.
Well, I don't know. What would you like to do?
You take a step closer, the weed emboldening you. Like Popeye.
Ding, ding.
I'm down with whatever, you say as you wrap your arms around his neck. As long as you are, of course.
He stares right into your eyes as he wraps his arms around your waist. Absolutely. You start leaning forward and he fills the gap. You weren't quite sure what to expect when kissing a horseman, but it definitely was nice.
As someone who's been licked by a horse before, I can't imagine it being nice or pleasant in any way.
I've been bitten by a horse before. On the butt.
That's on the butt?
On the butt? How?
It wasn't like a full bite, it was like a nip. My sister rode horses when she was a kid, and like,
Okay.
I was not happy about having to get dragged there most weekends, so...
Yeah.
So I think I was bad-mouthing one of them, like, this is dumb, and they're like, oh, really? You know. Bite me in the ass.
Bad-mouthing a horse.
Bad-mouthing a horse. That's me. Okay.
That poor horse. It just wanted some respect.
Piece of shit. Fucking horse. Fuck you.
How much time we got left, Mike? Do we have time to go to a second chapter?
Yeah, 23 minutes.
Store. All right.
Sweet.
Yeah. Okay, so we're moving on to the second chapter. Later that evening, notes, this is where things start getting not safe for work, and why this got bumped from teen to explicit.
Oh, dear.
Unfortunately, this chapter is pretty much foreplay. I don't want to skip posting this month in favor of getting the whole evening written, and I feared if I did that the chapter would be too long.
See, the writers, just even their like regular writing cadence of what they're writing themselves is kind of
The same.
Yeah, it's kind of like choppy and awkward.
Through what can be described as a strange series of events, you were kissing Bojack Horseman on his back patio balcony.
It was gentle, but lengthy, lasting for several seconds before you both slowly pulled away from each other.
Jesus, Bojack breathed out. You opened your eyes and saw Bojack looking right back at you, his eyes slightly glossy. I haven't had a kiss like that since ever, really.
Wow, this is
Grade
really...
school. Crossover with Fight Club for no reason.
Oh, I remember that.
I haven't been fucked like that since grade school. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
That was a weird movie.
It's a perfect movie.
A perfect movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
The whole world ends at the end of that movie.
Sure.
That's one of those movies, like, not to give anything away, but I wish I could give myself an amnesia over and over and over again.
To watch it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to give anything away for a 20-year-old movie.
I
That
don't.
has permeated society. I have. You get a year. You get a year for.
That is
Yeah.
fair, but I don't want to rob your listener of that experience. No. I don't want to rob your listeners of the experience of watching Fight Club for the first time.
Agreed.
I guess so, but literally this show is made for spoilers. You have to be familiar with the show to get what's going on.
It's okay.
For the most part.
It's okay. They're safe now. We won't talk about the twist.
Well, what a twist! Yeah.
It was a good twist. I did very much enjoy it. I unfortunately guessed it before the big reveal. I was like, oh, is this happening? And then someone punched me in the arm and was like, someone else hasn't watched this yet. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
I guessed it. Yeah.
All right. So, me too.
Hashtag me too.
Oh, God.
You replied, your hand starting to get starting to lazily play with his mane and jacket collar. Ugh, okay. Off in the distance, sirens and the sound of a helicopter blades could be heard. The siren faded away, but the helicopter only proceeded to get louder. While he still held you, he looked at the sky for the source. As his eyes locked on a small light a few miles away, he pulled you closer to him. We should probably head back inside.
Agreed. You reluctantly withdraw your arms, as does he, but he leaves one arm resting on the small of your back as he escorts you back into the house.
Like a dance, almost.
Do, do, do.
You both return to your spots on the couch, and his arm finds his way back around you once again.
Is this because he's, paranoid that there's a helicopter?
Maybe.
Okay.
Neither one of you says anything for what feels like an eternity.
I think I need another hit.
Bojack... Oh, sorry.
You finally pipe up.
Bojack chuckles. Good idea. He picks up the pipe and is about to take a hit when he stops for a moment. Wait, I have a thought.
Yeah?
Yeah, sit up for a minute. You do as he says, and he proceeds to take a hit. Instead of exhaling, he sets the pipe down and beckons you closer. You then realize he plans to have you shotgun his hit, and you lean into him. As you press both your lips together, you feel a strange buzz overtake you. He slightly opens his mouth, and you do the same before he blows the smoke into your mouth. You inhale his hit and lightly run your tongue over his bottom lip before withdrawing. I've literally never heard of someone doing this.
There's a word for it. I've done it before back in high school.
It's called shotgunning, right?
It's not shotgunning weed. Well, when you kiss someone, while you're, after you take a hit, you're basically exhaling the weed in their mouth, vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's just economic.
Yeah.
That's a good use of weed right there. Way to use your resources well, I guess.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I mean, I've seen it. Where did I see it? On some TV show or other. I don't know.
I imagine if it's some kind of after-school special, it would be I'm so high right now, instantly.
It was not an after-school special. It was Anyway. Before you exhale, you pick up the pipe and take a proper hit of your own. You hold it as long as you can before exhaling the mostly ghosted hit out.
Ghosted?
That's what it said.
Yeah, I'm gonna not reply to this hit on on Tinder. Wait, is this?
I think
it's you.
Yeah. Damn. You look over to see Bojack lounging on the couch with an obvious tent in his pants. Ew.
Gross. Isn't he wearing jeans?
I thought he was.
I thought jeans that's kind of the point of jeans, is that they
The point of jeans is to constrict your dick?
Or just to make it not obvious that you have a boner.
I didn't. This is news to me.
That is...
Whether it's the intended purpose or not, it did its job well. Thank you, jeans, for getting me through high school.
Levi Strauss is the proper person you should be thanking. He invented jeans.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I did not know this. So that's why they're called Levi's.
Yep.
Today I learned. Wait, what?
I think the reason they were originally invented was because they needed some kind of a sturdy fabric for workers to wear.
Right.
Secondarily, maybe he was trying to hide his boners, his many boners.
I'm Levi Strauss, and I have prorectile dysfunction. Wait, what does that mean? I get too many boners. I'll trade you, person who needs Viagra. And I approve this message.
Wasn't Viagra originally a heart medication?
Yes, it was.
Good times.
Now it's ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for Viagra.
Exactly.
It probably wasn't a very good heart medication.
Guess not. I just like the idea of them doing drug trials and they're like, yeah, so I've had a boner this whole time. And they're like, huh. Is that on everybody? Yeah.
What else could we use this drug for?
I wonder.
Side effects. That's when the side effect becomes the intended purpose.
That does happen, actually.
That becomes a feature, not a bug.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You lightly chuckle and lean back into his embrace, your hand resting on his stomach. I thought you said it's been a while since you last smoked, Bojack softly asks.
It was. I haven't smoked in at least 3 weeks.
You are really something, he gently laughs. I'm impressed.
I could tell.
You look up at him and noticed a fire in his eyes you hadn't seen there before. You both lean further into each other and begin kissing again. His one hand starts to rub indistinguishable patterns into your side while the other remains on his thigh. He starts to deepen the kiss by gently exploring your lips with his tongue. You not only let him, but you start to reciprocate, causing you both to become more aggressive. As the seconds start to turn into what feel like hours, you realize that neither one of you are optimally placed. You hesitantly break the kiss, drawing a soft, almost whine out of your current partner. So I guess like a... right?
Like, my imagination is vividly imagining a horse head. Because, like, if
Yeah,
you're...
me too.
Yeah, because if you're watching the show, like, it's a cartoon, so, like, there's this level of, like,
Yeah.
distance. But now, like, reading it, it's just all I can imagine is, like,
A
some
horse.
girl, making out with an actual horse. Or Ian making out with an actual
Ian
horse.
making out with a horse, yeah. Or as I like to call it, Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on, you whisper. You get up off the couch and quickly straddle Bojack, placing yourself squarely over the tent he was still pitching.
Guys. Cowgirl.
Hey!
Hey! Whoa, are you sure about this?
Are there animals in this show? Like, I don't think I've ever seen
Yes.
anyone with a pet.
The entire show, they're all animals.
Most
Well,
of
I
them are
mean,
animals.
I mean,
yeah.
like, there's animals as in, like, pets. Do people have pets, or is every
I don't
animal
think
a
so.
sentient being?
That is a good question. I've never... Like, I never paid attention to that. I always wondered, do people eat meat on that show?
It seems like they do.
Yeah, they do. They had the chicken episode.
Yeah. Chicken for
Buck,
days.
yeah, buck.
Yeah. The whole thing is just animal puns, right? Like there's a thing where they're in a 50s diner and there's a guy handing out beers and he's going, Stella! Stella! Bud Light. And the guy is a Marlon because Marlon Brando. Like it's just stuff like that.
Okay. Like
where it's all like visual puns. Or like they'll have stuff named after animals. Like there's a woman wearing like Lululemon.
Yeah,
That
I'm
right,
trying
right.
to remember what, like a standout reference.
Okay, he asked the question, but can't help but rest his hands on your hips as he does.
Are you?
Go ahead.
Your own hands find themselves gently rubbing the bridge between his neck and shoulders.
I think so. He starts to lose the fire in his eyes to something that takes you a moment to recognize. Fear.
Oh, he's scared of you, like every other horse. Suddenly becoming afraid and accidentally gonna kill you by kicking you in the face.
You slide your hands down his chest and just leave them there.
What's wrong?
The worry starts to creep into your voice despite your efforts to conceal it.
Should I not have moved?
No, I'm really glad you decided to straddle me. His voice drops really low, almost to the point of being inaudible. I just don't want you to regret this later.
Your heart drops as you realize how seriously Bojack is taking this. You lift your hand up to his face, almost causing him to turn back to you. Tears almost threatening to form in his eyes. If I didn't want this, if I didn't want you, I would not have come here tonight.
With that, you gently place a kiss on his nose. He looks into your eyes and starts to smile. You smile back, kiss his nose again, and again, progressing lower and lower as you do. Okay, I just want to remind everybody that you deserted your friends to go fuck Bojack Horseman.
This is literally not... This isn't even erotic fan fiction. This is straight up like a romance novel.
Yeah, it is. This is someone fulfilling their fantasy.
Yeah, and he's like...
He's not a terrible asshole in this like he is in the show.
Like he has emotional depth. I feel Bojack had emotional depth throughout the entire series, even when he was at his worst.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is definitely much more polished and like it I don't see like the mental health aspect of Bojack that made his character on the show so like connectable.
Compelling.
Yeah.
Well,
So sympathetic, I think is the best term.
do you call it? Do you consider him sympathetic here, or
Like I don't like. I wouldn't necessarily say that. Like he's he's basically a horse about to bang. Yeah,
Banging Ian.
yeah, banging Ian. Yeah.
I've been through the desert fucking a horse with no name.
Tijuana all over again.
Suddenly, Bojack moves to catch your lips with his own, returning the kiss to where it was before you moved. His hands move from your hips to all over your body, rubbing on your lower back and driving at your ass. Your own hands wander to his neck and chest, back up to his mane. Bojack pulls back again from the kiss. I think we both need to get rid of these layers. It's too damn hot in here to keep going like this.
You're right. You lean up and pull your dress over your head. Remove your bra. I'm sorry, just imagining Ian do this.
Wow.
Pulling his dress over his head. Remove your bra, throwing both in random directions. Bojack struggles to conceal his own attraction to you, but doesn't move an inch.
Okay, I've said this once and I'll say it again. Removing the girl's bra is the fun part for the guy. It's... I don't get why it's like, I'm just going to do this myself real quick.
Mhm.
Yeet it out of the way. And,
Yeet.
yeah. Well, oh, wait, no, it's you again.
Weren't you just complaining about how hot it is in here?
His eyes remain transfixed on your body as he takes off his jacket and practically tears off his sweater. He grabs you, pressing your naked chest up against his. Your nipples harden slightly as they rub against the fine layer of horsehair covering his body. So he does have, like, horsehair covering
I assumed he did.
because, like, when he's naked, his, I guess, skin is the same color as his face. But I couldn't tell if that was hair or if that's just what color he was.
Well, according to this, it's a
hair.
fine layer of hair.
Of horsehair.
It's obvious that it's hair in some of the character models, like the kitty.
Yeah. Like with Princess Carolyn.
Yeah. Doesn't she adopt a...
Porcupine.
Yes.
That's a porcupine. Okay, I couldn't tell. I honestly couldn't tell if it was a porcupine or a hedgehog.
Close enough.
Yeah, they're same shit.
It's you again, still.
Okay. I'm sorry. Please tell me you have a condom out here.
Shit. I knew I was forgetting something. Care to move to the bedroom? You... Go ahead.
Oh, you tighten your arms around his neck and tucked your legs in tighter to him. Go for it.
What? Why would you keep going? It's the please tell me you have a condom.
No, I think she's saying, like, carry me to your bedroom.
No, I got that, but, like, why are you still going if it's... Oh, because it's in his bedroom.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, I thought it was just, I don't have condoms. Let's keep going anyway.
No.
Okay. He attempts to stand up with you in his lap, but struggles at least twice before actually rising up off the couch.
No
Sexy.
condom. Does this mean I'm going to have a horse baby?
Possibly. I bet you weren't expecting that.
Nay, I don't.
Safe sex, kids. Yeah. As he holds you in his arms, you can feel his erection pressing up even harder against you. That's what happens when the jeans go away. He takes a few steps, making it to the hallway before he stops and leans you against the wall. I can't keep this up. You mind watching? Wow. Part of you had to laugh at how out of shape Bojack was. With as much as he claims to fuck people, you'd think he'd be in slightly better shape.
Yeah, right. You lower your legs down from his hips, and he aids in letting you down.
I don't know about you, but, like, even when I was at, like, the highest level of having sex, which was, like, 3 times a week in college with a steady girlfriend, still out of shape. I don't like...
I'm a gym rat, so that's how I stay in shape.
Yeah.
There's I don't know if it's a myth, but they say like 6 minutes of steady sex is like the equivalent of an hour or like 5 miles of running, like something.
I think that's a myth because they want. I think that's probably a myth some dude told to his girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
To be like, hey, you want to get in shape?
Girls, did you know that if you fuck for 6 minutes and not a minute longer, because that's how long it takes for him to bust, it's 5 miles at the gym.
Just like the myth that pineapple is supposed to make your jizz taste better.
I think that one's true, isn't it?
I think that one, if you eat a lot of fruit, you taste better if you're a girl.
Oh. That's good to know.
All right. Now I feel like you're tricking us.
Yeah. No, it's true. As someone who has had girlfriends.
The tables have turned.
I just remember, what was that movie with Aubrey Plaza where she has like a list of like sex stuff she wants to do before she goes to college. It's kind of like Booksmart before Booksmart was the thing.
Wow.
And she there's a scene where she blows Andy Samberg and makes him drink pineapple juice beforehand. And he's like, wait, so you'll blow me if I drink this? She's like, yeah. And he goes, okay. And
I don't think it would be that fast. I think it's something that you have to like consistently have as like a lifestyle choice.
Right, but for her, I think it's just like, let's get this shit out of the way. I want to blow somebody before I go to school because I want to be a virgin, or I don't know. I can't remember the name of the movie. We've been Google ghosted. Put it in the comments. All right. His hands slide up your sides, finding their way to their breasts and eventually to your nipples. All right.
Because everyone's got boobs.
I think, yeah. It's you.
You know, is this him or me? Oh, well. You know, I'm clean if you just want to go for it.
He gently pulls at them before leaning down to take one in his mouth.
You let out a mix between a sigh and a moan, your hand quickly finding its way back to his mane. Me too. At this point, I don't care so long as you fuck me.
So they're just going to trust each other? Okay. Bojack places an open mouth kiss. What?
PSA, don't do that.
Don't do that, kids. Wear a condom. Places an open mouth kiss to the space between your breasts before lifting your legs again. You know, your sternum is not something I would think is sexually attractive. The space between your breasts just...
Well, I mean, like, if you have ample bosoms, I assume, like, putting your face
in
there is nice. Okay, it is nice, okay? If someone has ample bosoms, putting your face between them is nice.
I've heard it's nice for the women who have done that to me. It's certainly a thing. Okay. Yes, ma'am. With one hand, he reaches down to undo his pants and release his member. It almost startles you at how big it was. So he is hung like a horse. All right, we've learned it.
All right.
You good?
You look up and realize Bojack is staring at you down now with a look of concern. He lets your legs slide down to the floor again. Okay, question. If he is hung like a horse, does that mean all the cat men have the barbs on their penises like actual cats?
Or ducks have
the corkscrew?
Have the corkscrew.
And the super long corkscrew dicks.
So interspecies dating, is that something that exists? Yeah, it exists.
In Bojack, yeah. Because he dates an owl for a time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Played by Lisa Kudrow.
Yeah. Then Diane dates the Mr. Peanut Butter, the dog.
Yeah, and towards the end, what was it, water buffalo?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something like that. You look up and realize that Bojack is staring you down now with a look of concern. He lets your legs slide down to the floor again. Yeah, sorry, I never... Wait, fuck, that was the wrong one again. Jesus Christ. Okay, I have my criticism for the end, which we're about to get to. But
yeah, sorry, I've never...
You've never been with a horse before, yeah?
Afraid so. Hope that doesn't put you off.
Nah, I'm cool with that. We can just start off with more hand stuff if you'd rather.
Honestly, yeah.
Sounds good. So I think we're going to leave off there just because we're almost out of time. Ian, what did you think of the story? Starring you.
Aside horse bagging chick named Ian. Aside from that, there was a beginning, I don't know if we ever got to a middle. Like, I don't know if this was like a traditional Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 structure.
We were in the middle of Act 2 when we had to stop. So I think we're in the middle of the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that curious how this ends, which should say enough.
I think we know how it ends.
But the writer tried. For all we know, this could be a working TV writer who is just bored and
wanted to name themselves Chemical X.
Is Powerpuff Girls still on the air? Maybe it's one of their writers.
Oh, Craig McCracken or whoever. I think so.
It's literally him in disguise.
Like, God, that show's been on the air for like 25 years. Yeah.
For the YouTube people, you get random appearances for Struffles, so enjoy that, I guess.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, my biggest critique is I literally couldn't tell who was talking half of the time.
Exactly.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
I'm also for me, I'm a huge minimalist when it comes to writing story, like in terms of like word economy.
Mm-hmm.
And there was just so much added fat in this story that just didn't drive anything forward. But like
there's word economy. The weed economy was done pretty well. They did well with the conserving their weed. It was just their
with their pipes.
Words.
Hey.
Ian, thank you so much for.
Dude, thank you for having me. Like things suck right now, and just to talk and
socialize.
Yeah,
that's why. That's why. Like, just for like behind the scenes stuff. I know the guests have been a little weird. That's why we had my mom on for the Mother's Day episode. It's going to be like that for a while. Sorry. A lot of LA comedians have flown the coop, so we've...
And in addition to that, like, I'm sure... Like, I think I've not talked so much over the past week. My reading comprehension quality has, like, faltered. My sentence being like, reading a sentence being like, oh, no, wait, that's not what it actually said. No, wait, yeah, it is.
That's how it is, I guess. But yeah, we'd love to have you back in the future.
Absolutely, yeah. If you need anybody over the next couple weeks, we're
for sure.
Dude, I can't emphasize this, and I need to interact with people somehow, like in a smart way. I feel comfortable here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where can people find you out there on social media?
I'm on Instagram at Ian Russo Comedy. That's at IANRUSSOCOMEDY.
In case you forgot how to spell comedy.
No, Russo. But like I don't have Twitter. Well, I have a Twitter, but I'm not on it, and I'm avidly against social media. But that's a discussion for
them's the breaks when you're a comic, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure out how to have a career without this bullshit. Like,
start in the 1990s, and that's it. That's all you can do.
Yep.
Ask Lang Parker from last week for details. Don't you also have a certain show?
That's right. Yeah. I have a show called Cooking with the Rooster on YouTube and IGTV. That's COOKIN.
No G.
With the Rooster. Yeah, no G. I think I could have just said...
Cooking, no G.
Cooking with the Rooster.
We will link all that in the show notes.
Yeah,
so
it is... It is a wonderful experience. I think I've changed YouTube. It's the #1 quarantine cooking show on all of the internet by far.
And then Binging with Bobbage is just going to be like, oh...
Yeah. Oh, it's on.
Yeah. It is on. Dude, that is a hill I am willing to die on.
Wow.
Yeah. Suck it.
Chris, where can people find you?
Twitter, stolen_relic. Instagram, same handle. Warning, I don't know how DMs work on Instagram. I realized that my friend DM'd me like 2 years ago, and I never responded to her, and I felt super bad about it.
So on the homepage, in the top right, there's a little paper airplane icon.
Okay.
Those are your DMs.
All right.
Yeah.
Now I know. I'm super sorry, Robin. I love you.
You can find me at Atlas Novak on Twitter or Instagram. You can also find this show at Bad Reading Pod on Twitter or Instagram. And thanks, everybody, for listening. Wash your goddamn hands and have a good night.